Hey, Jayn, I've got Bono on the line.
Hi.
Hey, Jayn. How are you, darling?
I'm wonderful.
Remember me? I'm the extremely tall, skinny singer of U2. You know, used to hang out.
It rings a bell. It rings a bell.
You know, with my chiseled good look, I was once a male model. We walked the catwalks together, you and I. But
I've got some pictures of that. I posted them on Facebook just the other day for Throwback Thursday. Bono, it's such a thrill to talk to you, and I wanted to talk about this 5-star perfect review that Rolling Stone gave Songs of Innocence. They called the record a triumph of dynamic, focused renaissance.
wow.
Does it feel like a renaissance for you too? To you?
And by the way, that review was written by David Frick. Not only one of the great critics we have, but he actually looks like Joey Ramone.
Oh, that's crazy.
There's something so perfect about it. But it's Renaissance is a big word. I think it's just more a return to where we started out from, and to just wanting to write tunes with, just big melodies and words that come from, sometimes an uncomfortable place, but not trying to be too cool, just going there, asking some hard questions about why you started out in the journey in the first place, and that kind of did unlock us, and it is very special. We're very proud of the songs, but thank you for saying that.
When talking about the Ramones, obviously, and the miracle of Joey Ramone, do you remember where you were or what you were doing the first time you heard the Ramones?
Oh yeah, I had my friend Gavin Friday had lent me the album, and we went to see them on their first tour. We went to see them in the State Cinema in north side of Dublin. We had no tickets, no money to buy tickets, and a friend of ours let us in through the exit. We only got to see half the show, but it turned our life upside down, and particularly me as a singer, because I just found my voice through him, because he just has a certain way of singing, and he didn't sing he didn't have that kind of aggression or that kind of, jagged rock thing that I just couldn't do, and a lot of punk bands had. So it was a way in for me as a singer, and in fact, I told Joey that the first time we got on TV in Ireland was down to the Ramones, because the director of this TV show had come to our rehearsal room because he heard we'd written our own songs, and we were like 17 and 18, and we'd been fighting all day on how to start the song, how to end the song, the middle of the song. Couldn't agree on anything. So knock on the door, he comes in, and he said, "So play us one of your songs." And we played him "Glad to See You Go" by the Ramones. He said, "Did you write that?" And I said, "Yeah, I did." And he's really good. "You're on the show." And then when we came on the show, we played one of our own songs, and he didn't notice. So I told Joey that. He was much. He said, we want to get out of the clubs. The Ramones, we want to be like a stadium act. That's these big songs, but we're a stadium act in Ireland and Brazil. And he came to see us play when we played Saturday Night Live. He came around. We had some time together. I think it was the last time he came out before he passed away.
Wow.
When he did pass away, his family got in touch. Nikki, who's got a book out called Sleeping with Joey, which is really good. And anyway, they got in touch to say the last song that he listened to before he passed away was a U2 song called "In a Little While."
Oh my God!
We were very touched by that. Although the blogosphere, which wasn't as big as it is now, still managed. There was some grumpy people up there going, "Yeah, they killed him. U2 killed him."
Oh God! Oh my God, that's an amazing story. The way that you were intertwined with him and with them is amazing. One of the other songs that absolutely just destroyed me the first time that I heard it was Cedarwood Road, which is literally the street you grew up on in Dublin, right?
Yeah, it's a very nice street full of nice people, and in the 70s it was in between two tough neighborhoods, and we went through some tough times. But, for all the sort of gang violence or indeed political violence that was going on in Ireland in the 70s, the really dark ones for me, the darker violence is the stuff that goes on behind closed doors, between a man and a woman, or a father brutalizing a child. And when we started out making this album, I said, am I going to go there? Am I going to really ask those questions as to why I became a singer, why we formed a band? Am I really going to open up that? Should I just go to a shrink? Or do I just write this out. And Cedarwood Road is dedicated to my friend Googie, who's a brilliant artist, by the way, and he got me through a lot of tough times, and I hope I got him through some as well. But the reason I wrote it is not nostalgia. I think it's in the second verse goes, I'm still standing on that street, and I still need an enemy. The worst ones I can't see, but you can. You can. And he's still my best friend. But we're shaped by those experiences growing up. You know, I'm always finding myself in the middle of an argument. You know, I'm just always. So I must like it. And it goes back to 70s and skinheads and, you know, souls who'd abuse you on the way to the, you know, around the corner. You know, I must need that.
The line that I had to write down the first time that I heard it was, if the door is open, it isn't theft. You can't return to where you've never left. Where did that come from in you, Bono? Where did that come from in you? It's the most amazing line.
Maybe you feel the same yourself, Jayn. Like there's just experiences that just formed you. I believe that everyone can start again. Spiritually, I believe that. But there's certain things about it we just can't change. That's who we are.
In some ways, there were some songs on Songs of Innocence that I felt like postscripts or updates to other U2 songs. And in particular, it's impossible for me to pick my absolute favorite right now because every time that I hear the next song, I think, oh, no, this one's my favorite. But one of my favorites right now, too, is Song for Someone. And lyrically, it feels to me like an update or a return to the sweetest thing in a way. Does that make any sense to you? Does it feel like it might be anywhere in the ballpark there?
Yeah, it's written for Ali, all right. You know, I started dating Ali the week that I joined U2.
Oh, wow.
That was a good week for me. And, you know, for all the, you know, all the sort of winding road, it's still an amazing thing that we're together. But it's like a sort of a prequel to the sweetest thing.
It's an extraordinary record, Bono, and I thank you for everything and all of your music, Running to Stand Still and Drowning Man and Joshua Tree, and for everything you've done for the world. And now on top of all that, you take the time to call me Bono. You're breaking my heart over here. I love you so much. Thank you.
I just can't believe that people are still interested, that you want to play us on the radio. That's the most important thing. And that you can drop your guard and that you can let that stuff come out. That is very rock and roll of you, I might say, and very soulful. And so I thank you.
It's amazing to talk to you. Thank you again for everything.
Goodbye to Jayn. Goodbye to Jayn, like a dark horse, see as she ran.